Growing outrage tonight over New York Governor Eliot Spitzer's plan to give driver's licenses to more than 500,000 illegal aliens in the state. As Christine Romans reports, one county clerk is defying the governor and refusing to issue licenses to illegal aliens.
Rensselaer County will never issue a driver's license or a non-driver ID to anyone in this state who cannot prove they're here legally.
County Clerk Frank Marola runs this Department of Motor Vehicles office in Troy, New York. He's part of the growing opposition to New York Governor Eliot Spitzer's plan to give driver's licenses to at least 500,000 illegal aliens. Critics say Spitzer is rewarding illegal immigration. Plus, the plan puts New York at odds with the federal Real ID Act, which could make a New York driver's license for legal New Yorkers invalid as secure identification at airports and federal buildings. And Assemblyman James Tedisco says it invites voter fraud.
You can take out a legal, valid driver's license in New York State and say, I'd like to register to vote. When an illegal alien gets that driver's license and walks in and is not registered and they don't know the difference, they will be able to register to vote in New York State.
New York's governor warned county clerks, quote, turning away an otherwise eligible license applicant raises serious equal protection and civil rights issues. We will consider taking action if clerks refuse to meet their legal obligation to the people of the state. A threat met with outrage from the Saratoga County clerk.
Does anyone in this country feel that it's ironic that you're going to sue county clerks for not obeying a law, but we do nothing about illegal immigrants who are in our country?
Even New York City's pro-illegal immigration mayor has concerns.
I'm really skeptical that we should be issuing driver's licenses willy-nilly because it then leads to lots of other problems in terms of voter registration and other things. But it's up to it's the governor's call.
On the last point, County Clerk Marola disagrees.
Marola says a license to drive on New York streets should belong to legal New York residents. He and more than 50 other county clerks will meet next week to discuss whether they have the power to fight the Spitzer driver's license giveaway. Katie?
What makes this so horrible is New York State used to have the strongest driver's license requirements. They were considered very safe, secure driver's licenses under Governor Pataki, and this rolls back Pataki's policy, doesn't it?
It does. It rolls back policy set after September 11th when states were trying to really beef up their security on driver's licenses because they were concerned about using these as valid identifications.
Thanks very much, Christine Romans. That brings us to our poll tonight. Do you applaud Rensselaer County Clerk Frank Marola's decision to refuse to issue driver's licenses to illegal aliens? Yes or no? Cast your vote at LouDobbs.com. We'll bring you the results a little bit later in the broadcast. We do have time now for some of your thoughts. And Art in New York wrote to us, I just learned that New York Governor Spitzer is going to give driver's licenses to illegal aliens. When the New York voters find out what he did, he won't be able to be elected dog catcher. And Paul in New York wrote to us, I am absolutely dismayed at Governor Spitzer's attempt to give driver's licenses to illegal immigrants. It's outrageous that he would allow this privilege to be extended to law-breaking individuals. What's next? Are we going to give them the right to vote? And Ed in Texas wrote to us, I hope New York's Governor Spitzer lures all illegal immigrants to New York State. The governor should be very popular as the state goes bankrupt. We'll have more of your emails later in the broadcast. Now the results of tonight's poll. 97% of you applaud Rensselaer County Clerk Frank Marola's decision to refuse to issue driver's licenses to illegal aliens. Time now for some more of your thoughts. Bob in Missouri, it should be very obvious by now that our elected representatives will not listen to the will of the American people. Mr. Bush's request for $190 billion in 2008 to continue the insanity of this war must be denied. Okie in Indiana. Come on, Americans, vote your incumbent senators and representatives out of office. Let's shake up Washington and start fresh while we still can. I'm fairly certain that the Founding Fathers never intended on having career politicians working for corporate empires as our governing body. Mike in Florida. The Democrats want to give millions of illegal immigrants amnesty, and the Republicans pander to the top 3%. As to the middle class, good luck. You're on your own. Add another independent voter to your list, Lou.